Okay, hello everybody. I'm just making a quick video response to Alphaomegasin. He asked if there's any fan bases that made you actually hate something. And I got a list of things of games and media that the fan base has just absolutely crushed for me. I will never play these games. In the case of a certain one, I'll never play the game again. Only because the people that I was playing with, I'm no longer around. If I get together with them sometime, maybe I'll play with them again, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. I'll start off with some of the stuff about fandoms. Just basically fandoms. Cowboy Bebop. I'm really big into anime, and a lot of these are going to be anime titles that's just going to pop in my head as I'm probably rattling them off, but Cowboy Bebop is definitely one of them. That and Naruto. Both of these, and to a certain extent, I forget what the name of the series is. Full Metal Alchemist. That's what it is. But those three fandoms have pretty much ruined anything that would make them accessible for me to watch. I've tried watching an episode of both Naruto, actually all three of them, and I just couldn't get into them because of the fandoms. The fan bases, fandoms, it's all the same thing to me. They're overhyping, basically the fan bases for these three animes overhyped it for me. Saying that these are the best animes of all time, and stuff like that. In the case of Naruto, it's really not. There's plenty of other ones that are, like, amazing. But yeah, these three pretty much get high praises from a lot of the fan bases, and a lot of the fan bases are rabid when it comes to people dissing them or saying, oh no, they're not the best. But I mean, I understand, like, to a certain extent, Cowboy Bebop was a lot of people's first anime, and so is Naruto, and Full Metal Alchemist actually are a lot of people's first animes. But that doesn't make them the best, and that's the problem. Is a lot of people say, like, overhype these animes, and it just absolutely destroys them for me. Another example of fan bases destroying something for me. This is going to be an unpopular thing too. Skyrim. I can't play the game, not now. I still keep on seeing stuff pop up about that game, and it's making me not even want to play it. I mean, the memes for it just utterly destroyed it for me. I took a knee, and I used to be a venture, but I took an arrow to the knee. Yeah, okay, we understand. You took an arrow to the knee. I don't need to see that every single time I go to do something. And for months, that's how it was. You couldn't escape it, and even now you still see stuff that references it, and it just kills the game for me. I mean, even like South Park, Stick of Truth references it with the whole fart thing that they do with the dragon roar and stuff like that. And I don't want to play the game. I've seen enough on it to pretty much have my opinions of the game made. But I'm trying to think of an example of a TV show. I don't think there's any TV show. Maybe Lost. There we go. That's the TV show that, because of its fan base, I never want to watch. Lost, and to a certain extent, The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead I'll probably at some point watch. But I know at this point in time, Lost is a TV show that I'll never watch. Only because I've seen too much stuff about it, and I really don't want to watch that show at all. Even though the producers of that is producing one of my favorite shows at the time, right now, Once Upon a Time. Yeah, Lost is definitely a TV show that I do not want to watch. And just thinking about this, and then part of the last thing I want to end on right now is something that was actually I put into a lot of time and effort into and stuff like that, but because of the fan base, I never want to play it. And this is the thing I was alluding to earlier in the video about the fan base, and because I have no friends around here playing it, I'm never going to be playing this game ever again. And that's a card game called UFS, or actually it's called Universal Fighting System, but it always gets shortened to UFS. This card game, all you had to do at the time is go to the forums, and you see the most negative stuff about this game. And people would play this game, and it's like, okay, why are you playing it if you just can't at all like it at all? Because there was like stuff just like bashing certain cards, bashing the rules, bashing everything. That's one of the reasons that the game, in my opinion, was failing. Yes, there's a new company that's producing the cards now, but it's definitely a card game that I'll never play again. Even if it becomes like super popular and takes over Magic and like the #1 card games list, it's just super negative people, and it ruined the game for me to the point where I sold my collection to a friend for absolutely hardly anything, and just kept a few decks to play them with. But I mean, UFS is the biggest thing. That's the first thing I even thought of when I was watching Alphaomegasin's video about it, and that's the first thing that came to my mind was UFS, because this game absolutely destroyed my love for the game. And I mean, this is a game that a friend got me into, and I actually loved playing with him and all my friends. And then I'd go to the forums, and all of a sudden, all this negative BS just permeating into the fan base, yelling about decisions, saying that they killed this card's nerfed, and this is blah 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 blah. And it's like, say something positive, because what you're doing is a lot of new people will go to the forums and be like, I'm going to talk about this game, I like it, and then see all this negative stuff and be like, bye. I mean, there's a lot of games that like spoil it for me, like once the community becomes negative. Another example is actually World of Warcraft. For the longest time, I know the community has changed. It has changed a lot. But the first couple years that it was there, it was the most vile people that I've ever met. And yes, I didn't play the game at the time, and I still don't. I think I actually just went into a trial period and played it for a little bit and been like, this isn't for me. But I mean, those are my examples of stuff that I just won't touch. I mean, there's animes I won't watch at all. I mean, if somebody goes, hey, let's watch, I'll be like, yeah, I think I'm gonna get going now. And I mean, Fullmetal Alchemist I can watch a little bit, but Cowboy Bebop, Naruto, I just can't watch them at all. I can't play Skyrim or even like World of Warcraft. and I can't watch Lost. I'm sorry, that show is just, the fan base like ruined it for me, and a lot of them would talk about spoilers and stuff like that. I mean, I know, I understand you want to talk about it, but at the same time you're spoiling a lot, so I pretty much don't want to watch it. But I'm gonna end this now. So thanks Alphaomegasin for having something that I can actually talk about here, and I do like subscribing to him, so check his stuff out. If you like what you see with me, you can always check out my Twitch page, Esephora at Twitch. My Twitter is at Iloni Sephora, which is the same as my ID here. And just, you know, click subscribe and like, I guess. But I'll see you all later. Thank you. Good luck and goodbye.